Well, good midday, everybody. Good lunch, good noon to you. What do you say for that? I don't know. It's Peep Connection with Brenda Peterson. We are back in our posts, saying hello to you, all of you interested people out there who are fascinated by stuff that is the next level.
Stuff. We're going to talk about stuff.
That's what we do here on this show. We talk about stuff, and of course, I will extend the invite to everybody tuning in to please feel free and do not hesitate to leave a question or a comment for Brenda. She can actually see it now. We have a big screen in here, this massive Big Brother 1984 telescreen. So I see hello from Nancy Levin. I see Lisa's here, and shockingly, Cindy was here first. She's always so late.
I know, and I can't start if I don't see her. When I used to do it, like I did it for 3 years. If I didn't see her, I didn't start.
It's kind of a security blanket.
It is. She is.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, hello, Cindy, Lisa, and Nancy, and thank you for joining us today. And of course, thank you, Brenda, for taking time out of your busy day to come see us. And
I love this.
Well, I look forward to this all week, and it's the fastest half hour of my week. It just flies by.
I also have this thing like Stump the Psychic is what I want, or the Skeptic.
Well, it's kind of a game show, and I don't know what I win if I win, or I'm not sure. Do I lose if I'm no longer skeptical, or do I win if I'm no? I think I win. I think so.
You win if you're no longer skeptical. I just love when it's like, wow. And I think we're like that two weeks ago, and I was like, I don't know what we're talking about, or something like. Really? Wow.
We've had a few wow moments on the show already, and that's more than most shows can say. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. So
we want to go for the wow.
That's what we're fishing for. So like I said, anyway, if you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, just key in your questions in the comments. We will see them immediately, and we will respond to them accordingly. So, Brenda, what's your week been like since we last spoke?
Kind of crazy. Also good. I mean, all of us, I'm in my 60s. I don't make any bones about that. We have to do those tests like people have to do like at the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
And 70s. Have
I
you
got
guys
a
all
few
know
of
what
those
I'm
coming
talking
up.
about?
Yeah, I got a few of that coming up.
It is a gallon jug of stuff that you have to drink.
Oh,
that
that one. Oh, yeah. I don't like that one.
So that was Monday. So that today's Tuesday. So I'm still feeling the effects of that. That's fun stuff. But we take care of ourselves, so we're good.
It's good to do.
Good to do. Good to get done with, not good to do.
We are renting these cars, these vehicles, as you have proven to me time and time again on this show.
Spirit, body connected by chakras, by buttons or chakras, right?
Exactly. So off to Valvoline for our 50 miles.
Oh God.
Oh, ick.
Right.
So there we go. You mentioned that you wanted to talk a little bit about kind of energies this week.
I do.
Yeah,
a couple things I want to talk about. Please. I watched the video from last week so that I can know how many times I say which is a lot less than I used to. If I watch the videos, then I can realize I'm doing that. But
here's a big secret: it's a drinking game now.
But one of the things that what come up with me was Cindy and Lisa. Hello, guys. Nice to see you this week. They're regulars, and they have been with me for a really long time. They've been clients. I think last week we had Cindy Larson on. That was like she said, I don't know, 20 years or something. I've had clients for a really long time because you do need to talk about tune-ups. We have to, not the icky kind with the gallon jug of
no
crap you drink. I stopped myself. I didn't swear. That's awesome.
Yeah, save it for later. We don't want to play all our cards right away.
Right.
You know.
But when I was talking about the energy, because they've been with me for a long time, so when Cindy asked a question, I knew immediately. I could see immediately. So it's like she'll say this. She'll say, is the sky blue? And I'll say yes. Almost immediately I'll get an answer because our energy's been connected before. And then we had a gal call in last week that I did not know. Mm-hmm. So I looked off, just so people know, I look off into the side of her corner or something where I can send her. And so it takes a couple of minutes. There's a couple of what I think that no one on the radio or TV wants to have is dead air. But I need to have that to catch her energy and feel her energy. So if I tap into her energy, then I got the message for her, what she needed to hear. But that's what happens. And I don't think we explained that. So I kind of just look off into space. We have dead air.
It's okay. And I can actually, I mean, for a show show like this, and especially for a network like this, that's actually okay. I don't mind that. I had a friend who went onto Wisconsin Public Radio like a decade ago, and he showed a slideshow on the air, and he described each slide, and he was like this,
like a travel one,
like a travel, and it was great, and it got a huge response, and people loved it. So you would be surprised what people can.
Here's the tree.
Yes, and he was like, it's a great tree, very big. The bark, there's some scarring at the bottom of it. He would just get very detailed, but then you'd hear the chunk of the slide.
Oh God, yeah.
So it's kind of perfect, So yes, if Brenda does do that, that she's working. That's what you're
connecting
doing.
with your energy.
Absolutely.
So that I can feel your peeps or fill your energy with the answers you need to have is what happens.
Absolutely.
So we didn't start again today of who I am and who you are. I am Brenda Peterson. I am an intuitive. I call myself an intuitive artist messenger. That's what my gig is, I guess I call it. But in the intuitive, because I don't like commas, is psychic medium, Reiki master, empath, and holistic healer. So I think I have them all.
Tax time must be fascinating for you.
Yeah.
You just separate all that stuff,
right,
too?
just comma. So intuitive works really well. And I also used to use intuitive because people wouldn't blanch when they heard intuitive. Because psychic medium, sometimes like people go, oh, what do you actually see? And they lean back afraid that I'm going to see something or know something about them that they don't want known. And that is like the least amount of things that happens.
Yeah.
If my practice has always been if I can help somebody. So it has been sometimes I see things that are embarrassing to folks.
Do you really? I was curious about that.
Yeah.
And what do you do? I mean, because you have to then become sort of the master of tact, because if you, because you're interpreting. We don't know what you're seeing.
Right.
We know after you say it. Like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I mean, you really, I suppose, part of your practice has been finding ways of delivering that message in the right words.
Right. So I don't filter. So I'm not going to filter what the peeps tell me. They tell me for a reason that I have to deliver that message. And a long time ago when I first started, it was like, do I have to tell them that? Oh, do I have to say that? I have to say, oh, really? So it was really uncomfortable for me to do that. But I've learned, it's not me. It's not my gig to filter them. For instance, a while ago, I had a client come in and her husband, I get people around you. So I'll get, when I do your energy, I'll feel the people around you that you're thinking about too, that your energy is going to. So in case they need to have something medical, whatever, or stop eating cheese or whatever it is. I've had that too.
That'd be devastating.
I know.
What a horrible message.
They really get upset with me when I say that. Don't eat dairy. So I had a prostate problem. So it's like I feel energy on my body. So I can tell people what it feels like and say that we have to clear that energy. So I had to feel that on my body. I'm like, your husband needs to go in to get his prostate checked because there's some issues there. If he doesn't go in and take care of it, just take care of it. You'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
But we just need to. So for me to feel that on my body was interesting.
Yeah, it's different.
So it's like, well,
right.
Okay.
But then in theory, you're kind of saved a life there in some ways, I guess, is the right way of putting it.
I'm not going to say I'm not going to take credit for that, but I'm going to say the peeps did.
Yeah.
They'll step in.
Yeah, absolutely.
We talked about this too. Like people come to me and they'll come to me. They'll be drawn to me to get the answers that I can answer for them because their peeps will bring them to me in my center of influence. Or if I am someplace, okay, this is perfect way to say this. If I'm someplace that the peeps can talk to someone where they usually wouldn't have a chance to, they know they're not going to have it. And I have an example in the book. I was writing the acknowledgments in the book. I was at a coffee shop. And someone's grandma was behind me saying, go tell her she's beautiful. Go tell her she's beautiful. She was talking about the barista.
Sure.
So I had to put my writing down. I'm like, I'm busy. And so like, she wouldn't let me alone. So I had to go up and tell the barista, who was tatted and different color hair and piercings all over the place. And I had to tell her, hey, your grandma's here. Hi, I'm Brenda. I'm a medium. Your grandma's here and she wants to know you're beautiful. But really, she really wants you to know you're beautiful because the people with the loudest things expressed, I think, don't want to be seen, which is kind of funny. But she was just gorgeous. And her grandma wanted to do that. So once I did that and she stepped back a couple of spaces, then I went back to my writing as good. Yesterday, I had that 10-year procedure that 50, 60, 70-year-olds have. And I was in the recovery room, and someone's someone's mom or grandma came through whose name was Judy. So I kept asking everybody. So they think I'm still under the
Still
influence.
kind of, yes.
And I wasn't at that time. So I said, I need to say hi from Judy to one of the people here in the operating room. And they're like, lady, what they see and hear when
sure.
people wake up from anesthesia, I think is going to, what, but I never did find the lady. But if anyone, if the nurse from yesterday's watching,
tuning in, yes,
your mom Judy says hi.
Wow.
So
yes, we should be very grateful that anesthesiologists don't write blogs or books.
He came in later, and he's like, my husband's there, and it's like, I said, please tell him I am a psychic medium, because he's giving me this weird look, and like, do you have a mom named Judy? Is your grandma named Judy? Yeah. So this tells you how weird, and people use weird all the time when they're talking about me or talking about the gift, is different places that they come through. Sure. I was unconscious under anesthesia. I wake up, and the first thing I say is, who's related to Judy?
You're hanging out with Judy. Oh my gosh. Hello from Marcia. Marcia's here. Marcia Sadowski.
We were talking about you last week.
Nice to see you, Marcia. Thanks for coming in. And as always, if anybody has any questions for Brenda about their lives, their concerns, she is here. We're here till 12:30. So here's your big opportunity. Hop on into the comments of whatever platform you're watching us on, and we will see it and respond to it accordingly, or someone will respond to it accordingly. So
they
will indeed. So
I'm an interpreter.
I guess, it's interesting too. We talked about the oddness of doing this on the radio or on video like we're doing, or streaming video like we're doing, and that, if you are a conduit for this sort of thing, that really it's possible even somebody is watching that we don't even know is watching, and they're trying to get through to get a message. And that's really interesting. I think that's
I've had that before, where I get on Facebook Live. So I did it for like 3 years.
Yeah.
On Wednesday nights or something. And I had someone, I said, this is a message I have to give to someone. I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
And I said, I want you to know, I can't remember what it was, because it was like 5 years ago.
Sure.
And then I had like 4 or 5 different people. Hey, is that mine? Was that my message? I'm like, no, it wasn't your message. It's someone I don't know, but it's like, I don't know if they heard it or not, but I did deliver the message, and maybe they'll get it.
Absolutely.
Because someone might see it. That's their friend. Like we talked about how the referrals are coming, or how weird it is that.
Sure.
Yes, last week we talked about a client who came in, and she's from Minocqua, and how did you find out? And she goes, I have no idea how I found out. So then she had to find out from her, and then her mom talked to someone else who is someone from the Cedarburg Library.
There we go.
And it was like 4 or 5 different people finally got to this gal who's going to be in town for something else, and she wanted to pop in and get a reading. So Excellent. It was just like how weird it is.
That's pretty wild. Cindy says, my mom and I used to play Moni all the time. Tommy James and the Shondells, right? I get to do my my FM voice every now and then. That's right, the Moni here on CPL Radio. Had gotten cool shoulder after reading that part in your book.
The peeps, when the peeps come through, that energy that feels like it, just like electricity on you, or just like goosebumps all over your body. That's when they come in. Cindy, I think, said last week too, when her dog came in.
Yeah.
That she felt the goosebumps. I call them spear bumps. I don't call them goosebumps. She's talking about the Moni, the one mom left her in the book. It's a mom came in for a reading, and her son had died, and she didn't know if it was accidental or not. And I said that he will keep coming to the family events because he's the one who sings Moni, and he starts dancing around. So she wanted to know if he was going to be at the daughter's wedding, and he was. And I said, look for him. When you see the orbs in photos, I mean, people always say it's like the reflection or something else. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say it is a peep. So they are energy. So if you get orbs, like orbs in your pictures at all,
how interesting.
That's a peep. That's a peep. Someone in your life doing that. So I have, I had some that were all around someone's face one time, and I had someone who kind of just like in front of their face. So it's like really, really currently with the peeps. So it's really interesting when you see that. But always look for that. Your family is not going to leave you alone on your birthday or anniversary or wedding, they're going to be with you. I always pull the chair out of the table and leave an empty seat. Like, all the peeps are welcome, and please come.
Yeah.
I always want my mom to sit down and talk with me, just like everyone else does.
Sure.
But just leave it open and ready for that message.
I just had a memory of something while you were talking about that.
See, this is why I don't usually have to talk, because if I just bring up this, everyone has a memory or a story. What's your story?
So, when I was a kid, I was enamored with my Uncle Buddy on my mom's side. And he was an interesting guy. He was a New Yorker, and he's just a real kind of flim-flam, sort of fun to talk to, and a really nice guy. And he convinced me, and I don't think it was true, but he convinced me he was friends with Elvis. It was the 70s. And of course, as a kid, I was like, oh, that's cool. And he wound up to almost prove the point. He gave me this really interesting Elvis medallion thing. Well, I had just gotten, flash forward to like 1980, and he had passed away, sadly, and I was, sad about it. But I didn't know him very well. I probably had seen him maybe 5 times, but every time I saw him, I was just like, Uncle Buddy's the coolest guy ever. I took a picture on the day or around the time he passed of my new cat. I was taking pictures of 35 millimeters. This was not digital photography. And I put on my new cat, for some reason, I guess I was thinking of Uncle Buddy, I put that Elvis medallion on him. That picture has a giant white blop in the middle.
I
figured it was pornographic. There's our first S-bomb of the day. Score. And I've always wondered about that. And I thought, why would, it was 30, like I said, there's no reason for it to be right next to the Elvis medallion.
So how's the skeptic thing going for you now?
I'm failing this. I'm going to get kicked out of the club. They have a banquet every year, and I won't enjoy that family style chicken and gravy.
Yeah, but this is so much more fun.
It is more fun. Marcia popped in and said, as an example, you mentioned foods. Are there certain foods I should not be eating? You don't need Brenda for this. Anything that has the word hostess on it. No, I'm kidding.
Preserved forever. If your energy, so when we do Reiki energy, we do the chakras. So our spirit body is connected to our physical body with chakras, and I am the plumber. So I go through and see where we need to clear. So that would, if you like, for instance, if you're really anxious and your stomach, if you're not digesting food properly, it's like your stomach is like this, right? So you're not, the chakra or the energy is not moving around, and we need to relax, basically get that loosened. So we have a couple of foods that don't work well with that. If you have anxiety, and then you do the solar plexus. Speaking of that, on my YouTube page, Intuitive Brenda is my name. There is a meditation that everyone can do for a Reiki sweep. We're going to do that in a couple of, like next month sometime. We're going to have that on the air. Mm-hmm. But you can go there now, and it's under my book. Is called Marvelous Mystical Messages. And the meditation is called, get this, Marvelous Mystical Messages Meditation. So you can go in there free and just do that all the time. So do that if you are experiencing stomach issues. When our physical body is not at ease, then our spiritual body is not at ease. Our physical body also suffers from dis-ease, they call it. If you look at Carolyn Miss, who is awesome about talking about that we need to have our spiritual body balanced and grounded so that our physical body does work. So that is definitely anxiety. And the first thing I say is get rid of dairy. Just even take dairy for a month. And I know that's like sacrilegious being in Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. Yes. What happened to us?
Oh, you're fine. I actually was trying to share your YouTube page, and it's not going. I wanted to show people where it is. It's not jumping in. There it is. Is that the right one?
Yeah, you can Fantastic. You can see under there, all of those pictures are definitely all of the. I used to copy all of the videos. You could see all of the readings I did for all the years. Oh God, I have the same haircut forever, don't I? And you can see my paintings in the back, how they change. That's the only thing that changes in there. But all of those, and then there's art class. Excellent, I have a couple art classes on there. And is it on the top? It's not on the top.
Where are we at here?
Marvelous Mystical. There it is. First one. Marvelous Mystical Messages.
11 months ago.
Meditation. That is a Reiki sweep. So it's about 10 minutes. And I walk you through opening the chakras, so your energy is balanced the right way. So I think I did want to talk about that. That's awesome.
It worked out well.
Mm-hmm. And I want everybody, like everyone on right now, I want you to feel your feet. I want you to think about your feet as you're sitting there. Doesn't matter if you're outside, inside, second floor, 30th floor. Just think of your feet and just breathe like longer breaths. And we can feel the vibration of the earth energy on our feet. Scary, huh?
Interesting.
Can you
Yeah,
feel it?
absolutely. Yeah,
You feel it?
It's
So
interesting.
that's where I want when we talk about being grounded, this is the easiest thing you do. Anytime you're in a stressful situation, you're anxious. I do it in traffic where my feet are on the brake pedal.
Yeah.
Um, anytime that gets you anxious, you just think of your feet, you ground right away. So you just keep thinking of that vibration and that grounding, and that energy is really quieter and moves slower, and also makes you feel more stable and secure, like you're a tree, right? I have you do like I have you dig roots sometimes and stuff, but just anytime you feel anxious, you just think of your feet
Yeah.
and
Good
you think
stuff.
of being grounded and you go slower. Even me, who talks fast and very, very fast talker, I get grounded from that as well. So
Yeah.
that do that. Marsha, I have your book. Good. Thank you. Do you like it? I just read Marsha's. Oh, Marsha.
Yeah, Marsha Sadowski. Nancy's here too, and she would like to know if her recurring distressful dream of being lost and unable to contact my husband can be interpreted. Dream occurred before and after Harvey passed.
Well, how one of the things you'd be afraid of is never having him in your life again. So that makes total sense. You couldn't find him. So you just need to have him visit you. Harvey, get your butt down here right now.
Pushy, aren't we?
I want to feel you. I need to feel you now. And then wait and know that it's going to happen, because they will be in as long as we need them. They'll be close to us. They'll be anytime we need to see them. Not when you want, how you want is going to come, but if they're going to come and make themselves known, the energy will change. Like we talk about goosebumps when they're in the room, you will see something that reminds you of them. Like a lot of people, before my mom passed, I asked her what she'd come back as. And she came back, she wanted to come back as a mourning dove. And I'm like, oh, they're brown. And she said, but I'm going to say good morning to you every day. So in the tree I planted in honor of my mother, there's always a nesting pair of mourning doves. So she comes back and I see her all the time. So anything like that reminds you of him. Someone just, I think was talk. Oh God, I don't know if this is a white butterfly.
Yeah, last week we had that. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Yep.
That her husband, she wanted to, oh, it's a friend of a friend. She wanted to know if her Nancy, maybe this is you, that your friend called, because I think that the name was familiar. So I think it was a friend called for you last time. It's a white butterfly appears, and that's from your husband. So you take that and say thank you, and you feel that when you acknowledge that that's from his spirit saying hello to you. You feel the energy. You feel the energy moving in your shoulders. You feel like the spirit bumps all over. You feel your change in energy of it. And just say thank you. And the more we're grateful for the messages, and we know and acknowledge that they have brought this for us to learn, for us to feel, that the more we will get. So you can ask for that. And the dream of, if you're still having it now too, I think we did say that you're always getting a butterfly. You're getting it a lot. Let me know if that's you. Oh,
It is me, she said. So I believe that's that.
Okay.
I believe
All right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So if that's you, then he is with you. Then you can rest assured. I mean, your dreams are not going to be searching for him anymore. He has found you. He's never left you. He's not in the physical body, but spiritual bodies, we're connected forever. We're connected this life. We're connected after this life. We're connected before this life. We spirit, jump in body, 100 years, jump out. Pretty plain talking. Maybe we'll make
get
it
100. In, get out. It's sort of it's like you punch the clock, you punch out. It's all good.
Those people in your life, and those people who chose to be in our life to help us through our lives, are in our lives that whole time. So we can ask for them all the time. Our guides, our ancestors, jump in at different times of our life for things that we need to have. We picked our parents, which is really, really good if you have teenage daughters. So when they start giving you sugar, you just say, tough luck, you picked me.
Yeah. You had a wide, vast array you could have picked from. You wound up over here. So yeah.
It was kind of hard on my kids having a spirit psychic medium for a mom that you can't, you picked me. This is what you picked. This is what you wanted in your life. This is what you need to get over of having me as your mom, or enjoy whichever one you want to do.
Yeah.
But it also is a really good thing for teenagers. So just said, hey, you picked me.
They must love that.
Yeah.
Where's my receipt?
It really does not squash the 12, 16-year angst that you have. But yeah, no. This is all. What can she say? There's nothing you can say after that.
Let me ask you this, Brenda. You mentioned, do you need is it better if you actually verbally articulate when you sort of feel a need for a loved one, or can you internalize it and still expect?
I think we should verbally always say what we want,
Okay.
even
Okay.
when we're doing mantras. So you set the intention of the day. You said I'm a planner. So you set the intention of the year. I've told you I have like the word for the year
Sure.
that I expect. My synchronicity is my year for the year. Wow, God, word for the year. I did have that 5-hour energy, didn't I? So I expect those things to happen when we say it out loud. I am having a great day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeff said today, I am having a great day with technology.
Things have gotten better since then, actually. So
when you
work.
say it out loud, it's like, and I seriously, with to put it into words and to hear yourself say it out loud, or even to tell someone else, it really, really helps to get your energy going to that space. So you're, I'd talk to myself or Peeps, whatever you want to say, a lot, but I do say that and have my energy directed to where I want to have for that day. Is Patty on today? Patty Hansen?
Oh, Patty stopped by. Yes, she says you're looking good, sweetheart.
Oh, I love it.
I had to do it in like a Humphrey Bogart voice, but
she would
all
like
right,
that.
sweetheart.
But looking... Patty has, she's on, I think it's Facebook or on Instagram. I get her.
Oh, sure.
But she is saying every day. She's saying every day what I'm grateful for.
Yes, I've been. I read those at the end of the day, and they actually make me feel better. We should read them at the
beginning of the day, actually.
Yeah.
But, because it's really like, hey, this happened in my life, or this didn't happen in my life, but I'm really grateful for this. For her to voice that on social media or on her, she's a positive person anyhow.
Yeah, she is.
But for her to voice that is amazing.
Yeah,
that's what we need to do. Is like, this is going to be positive, even if it's like really, really crappy. So I was with the Volunteer Center for 10 years, and the United Way stopped funding United Volunteer Centers throughout the state. So we lost our sustainable income. We could not make it up. So I had to, within 3 years, I knew I had 3 years that I had to get the programs out to different organizations that'll take care of it. So it was super hard. And I used to go to work every day. I'm in the blank right place at the blank right time, doing the blank right thing. And after the first year, I didn't have to say blank so much, so much. But it was really hard to do that. But I had to get my energy going the right way, even though I said blank, because I actually think that swearing is like really intelligent people say that.
that study that has been proven. Yes,
I think so. So, but it was still that energy that you're putting out there that I am in the right place of doing what I need to do to make sure these programs are taken by the community. So it's like, it really does it. Patty is on here. I just see her coming in now. It's not easy sometimes. No. And even if we just have to say,
it's probably not supposed to be.
No, I don't think so. But I think just look at positive sometimes. So it's like, this is the third world problem, right? So we're just like, we have soft toilet paper for the day. I'm very grateful for the soft toilet paper I have today.
If you get a coupon, you get the top of the line. It's great. No, it really, it's a wonderful time, 2023.
Look at Nancy. Thank you, Brenda, through weepy eyes.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, absolutely. Which I guess means that we were in the right place.
Nancy's with you now because I can feel the energy on me. So when we've just talked and I can feel your energy, so I can feel the spirit body on me. Patty says it's scary because you open yourself up for all to see. Yeah, but we're putting ourselves up positive.
Yeah,
and
you're kind of unassailable. You're unassailable that way because people can complain about it or make fun of you, but it doesn't matter because you're in a positive place. So what are they gonna? I mean, then they come off looking like rubes, So it's not. You're not exactly giving your enemies fuel. Let's put it that way.
What are they going to say? You're too happy?
Yeah, darn you. Stop being such a happy, well-adjusted. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, right? Right. So it's like, it's not our giga holiday, accept your energy, but it's like we put it out there, it's going to come to us. We know that. Of projecting that, of the mantras, I think we should do mantras every day. Even if it's just like, seriously, I love my life. Just even saying that, even if it's really, really hard, and even saying like, me going into a situation that was really, really hard for me for 3 years, that I was like, I'm going to take this positive. I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to complete this task before I move on. So it really, really works. And I'm glad. I love Patty. Keep doing it because I love to hear it. I love to see it and read it.
It makes me feel better at the end of the day. I know that it's going to show up in my feed. I'm starting to expect it now. Like I start scrolling around 6 or 7 p.m. I'm like, where's Patty's affirmation?
Yeah. What are we grateful for today?
Absolutely. And maybe I can jump on. Maybe I can go ride
We
the
should have,
coattails.
Patty, you should give like a word of the day that everyone knows when they pop in, besides your okie dokie. We'll use that today. Today's word is okie dokie.
All right. Well, can't be much more Wisconsin than that now, can we?
Besides telling people they shouldn't eat cheese.
Eat cheese, okie dokie. All right. Fantastic. Once again, the fastest half hour of the week has elapsed, and we are at the yes, you
2 seconds. Let me give
please fire away.
So I have a lot of people that are coming to see me, and as they see me, like, we seriously, and I'm so grateful. About 75 new clients since I did the book. I wrote the book. So all people new to intuitive, new to energy, and they're opening up their energy, or they've also like, I've experienced this. What do I do next? So I do have classes coming up. I have classes right now. So you can go on my website and see those, BrendaPetersonLLC.com. But I also like had a book club. For a long time, I had a book club of like-minded people that just want to talk about intuition. So I did the first year, I think, of books that I think would open up people. And then after that, we had people that picked their own books. So it always ended up to be like, 20 ways to improve your intuition, or 10 ways to increase your mediumship, kind of like lists. Like they wanted to have step-by-step things of how to increase it. So this is one of the ones I did use, Trust Your Vibe by Sonia Croquette, I think, the author of Diary of a Psychic. You can see the Post-it notes on here that we used for class of like really, really great sentences or paragraphs that she came through that I think that they should have heard. And it's all the different steps. And she has it's numbered of how many Trust Your Vibes things you can do for it, kind of lessons. It's a lot. But it's like, this is one of the books that I wanted to give. And I think I'll just bring a book every time because I'm a huge reader. And I had to get all my knowledge from books when I was starting out, because we didn't have this.
Right, exactly.
Or Google or spas or any conversation. So it was really like hit or miss or when you could do that. Oh, you got my website.
I thought I'd bring that up for people to find. So
yeah, go to the intuitive site and you'll find there are classes too. Classes. Well, this is nice. So there's intuitive readings, and then there's the classes. Should be all listed there until December.
Fantastic. All right.
So you could take the classes for that of what you want, and it's all different topics. It'll still be always like doing your energy and being with people who talk about this, because you want to talk about what you see and feel too, that you're not. For one thing, people go, am I weird? I'm like, yes. Yes, we're all weird. Thank God we're not normal. But just to be with people of like minds, it's really, really good to open up that. But this is one of the books that I don't know if you have it here in this library. We'll find out.
We can certainly make that happen. Not a problem. I'll talk to Sarah, and next thing you know, it'll be here. I did want to jump in with Anne Frank, who's jumping here at the end. Oh my goodness, I got an invite to get that same book, but the new edition, and only pay shipping. Universe speaking, sounds like I got a deal. I absolutely loved it. It so spoke to me. Mine is the same, all marked up. It's updated with pandemic signs and info, all good. So there's a glowing review right there from Anne Frank.
And Anne is one of the ones we've talked to that she wants to learn more. So
Great.
Yeah, perfect, cool. Anne. I'll be bringing them all in, or one at a time, and just like why I read this and why I think it's good for opening up, and all the different things, different ways we can open up.
Excellent.
I see this way. Some other people see different ways. It's all different. But this is what my practice has developed into for now. Yeah. I have to say 41 years. I just had a birthday.
I knew that.
41 years.
Oh well, let's round down.
Right.
Round up, we'll round down. So excellent. Well, thanks everyone for popping in today. It was a fun half hour. You all, it's funny. This show, we're the two talking heads, but you people out there really bring, obviously, the energy. Yes, I did say that. The skeptic did say that.
Oh my
I'm getting there. I'm getting there, and it just makes this half hour fly by.
Money, yeah.
There you go. You might get me doing that next week, not this week. Tune in. So we'll be back next week, and then off the week after that. So that's a programming note there. But we won't be off, because actually we'll have something that Brenda's going to bring to us. So we'll never be off.
I think we'll do the Reiki sweep. I think we'll do we have the MP3 or 4, and we'll put a Reiki sweep out, so you can do a meditation together.
Right on.
And that also, when you do it together, that energy together, regardless of where you are, like someone's in England or whatever, they're doing the same meditation, we're still going to get that energy together. It's going to feel more if you're doing it in a group. You're going to feel the group energy, which is all collective and healing because we are all connected. So it's amazing. It's going to be great.
As Patty Gloom Hansen would say, okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
All right, take
The
care,
word of the
everybody.
day, everything that happens today, okie dokie.
Spread okie dokie wherever you can go. Take
Patty,
care, everybody.
now
Eat
you're
cheese,
gonna-
drink milk, says
Wait,
City Boss.
Patty's going to be in the show now. We're going to have to word from Patty on the show every week.
Yes, bring
So-
us the weekly word. Fantastic. Eat cheese, drink milk. Cindy says so. There we go.
No
All
milk.
right. Avoid the dairy. We'll figure it all
Have
out.
wine.
All right.
Come on.
No, that's right. Oreos and wine. There we go.
It's fruit.
You can dunk. All right.
Oh, no. It's fruit. Wine is fruit.
Now you
All
know.
good for you.
All right. Getting smileys from Patty. All is good. Take care, everybody. Take care of each other. We hope to see you back here noon sharp next Tuesday, every Tuesday. Bye-bye, y'all.
Good to see y'all.